Hi, my name is David. I'm the founder of Retrnal, which is a brand new startup based here in Vienna. And what we're concerned with is the event management. So what we've observed is events, everybody goes to the events, they order their drinks, and they try to have a good time. What happens is there's a lot of waste. And everybody has noticed this, from the event organizers to the attendees to the regulators. And what the regulation is now enforcing on the events in the European Union is we need to reduce the event waste. And the best way to do that is actually to replace disposable cups with reusable cups. This change is a bit difficult for the organizers because the economics is simply not there and it's not something so urgent yet. But it's becoming urgent, and with Returnal, we're trying to make it also a very compelling economic value for the organizers, because what we have is beautiful premium aluminum cups with a QR code, which solves another problem, which is information at the events. So with our reusable cups, the organizers will offer a beautiful experience for the attendees. It's going to be a very nice drinking experience, as well as a platform that will link to all the relevant information and activate sponsorship engagement for both the attendees and the sponsors. Well, I first noticed in my previous job, which was in packaging, and I was doing business development and researching the markets, that the whole packaging industry and the FMCG and events are forced to switch from disposable packaging to reusable packaging. And the regulation was the big move that created the idea that we need to start thinking about reusable business model. But from the idea to the real indication this is something real for me and for the company was when we did the first pilots. We noticed the organizers were very happy with it, and also the attendees were paying a lot of attention to the cups because it was something new to them. They were only used to plastic and glass, and now they had something new in hand that was a bit different and very exciting. The hardest part so far has been in decisions. Every decision you make, especially individual decisions, personal decisions, requires saying no to other things. So saying no to more reliable sources of income, saying no to the other opportunities in terms of also time that you have to dedicate to starting something new, which is something with a very delayed gratification. It takes weeks and months before you see real success. But if you believe in the idea, if you've done the research and you've paid attention to the customers that you've talked to, I think you can tell that there's something that you can bring to the market. The biggest challenge was certainly going from a reliable source of income, where everything is very predictable, into pretty much going into the open. Not only do you not have the same reliance in terms of money, but you also don't have the clear charted path that you have in a corporate life. That would be great. It would solve a lot of the unpredictable income issues. I think we would double down on the software development, because we believe that this is going to be a big shift, the mindset shift for the organizers, because what we do is not only solve packaging, we actually also solve attendee engagement. So we want to develop the software to be ready for deployment, ready to generate advertising revenue, engagement with the attendees. So that would be the first thing. And the second thing is I would do a lot of travel. And that's not from personal reasons. It's actually because our market is all over the place. And we have regions where we know it's not just about regulation, it's about the product itself. And we know that there's certain regions across the world where we've talked to that are very interested. And I would go there and meet the people who would like to have these cups at their events. So Returnal is essentially about supporting event management to switch from disposable cups to reusable cups. This is a very meaningful change because of the waste that we've observed increasing at the events that is coming from cups and packaging. And we've also noticed that as we digitalize our information from leaflets and posters to digital, there's been some loss, there's been some noise, and there's a lot of QRs for different activations lying around events. So we want to have a single point of scan that tells you all the information you need to know, and we also want to bring the sponsors on it and also to bring their own source of revenue in it. The biggest problem that we're solving with Returnal is waste management at the events. we're introducing beautiful premium aluminum cups as a reusable alternative to disposable cups, and we're also putting a QR code to a platform that will unify all of the information attendees need to know. I think entering into the ecosystem that We Accelerate offers, that Venturecake offers, which means corporates, venture capital, other startups in the batch, I think it's a wonderful experience. And thanks to Venturecake, we have a better sense of direction as first-time founders of what mistakes we can avoid and how to do things that we have to do as a new startup differently. Certainly, I think as an entrepreneur, you have a risk of being isolated. But in fact, the things that you're going through, it doesn't matter what the product is, you're going through the same stages as the other people in our batch. And I think one thing we have all in common is that we're very friendly and always looking for solutions. And we go through the same experiences together. At the same time, the ecosystem is full of people who are always looking for innovation and solutions to work together to see if we can create some change in our industries. If I really look at the end of the program, I'm hoping that they can help us achieve the product market fit much faster, which means also leaning on the mentorships that they offer us, which is excellent, to know which directions we have to shut down and focus on others. And of course, at the end, we do hope to also attract some venture capital that helps us expand much faster. Packaging is a very traditional industry, and it's based on long sales cycles, and it's based on reliable business models, which have been traditionally linear packaging. As we go to reusable packaging, we need to be the transformation in the sense of communication and to help the customers understand how to transition from disposable to reusable. So what we're bringing here is communication, initiative, and really adapting to this new business model, not just for the packaging suppliers, but also for the customers that are not used to this.